Hey guys, Marvin here, and my ROPS video should be live now. It's been live for a few hours since recording this, at the time of recording this video. And this video, like I mentioned in that ROPS video, is going to be about G2, but I don't think it's going to be the player that you would have expected when I said that. So G2, obviously with a new roster, bedding in the um, exciting AWPA mONESY and um, the like almost I guess pretty famous now Aleksib in-game leader. So he's had success in both OG and ENCE as a in-game leader. Swapped with Nexa, and they keep JACKZ, and that's who I'm gonna. So JACKZ is probably the least exciting name of all these five, but that's who I'm going to make the video about because I'd like to say a little bit about more about JACKZ. Made a video in the past about called JACKZ is not the problem, and of all the of the three G2 players that were on the chopping block, so obviously not Hunter and Nico, they stay on the team, but if you had to keep only one of Nexa, Amanek, and JACKZ, I think they did the right thing in keeping JACKZ. I think JACKZ is going to be best suited to this kind of roster, and this is kind of some more JACKZ appreciation because I do like JACKZ and I think he's plays well. And this video we're going to look on his, so not his T side entry fragging role player, but I want to look at how he plays CT side. So CT side is a bit more even across the board. It really just depends on what spot you play on the map and is what kind of frags you get. But there's less, I guess there isn't no, there's less support and less um, sacrificial play that JACKZ would normally do as an entry fragger. In CT, you're just much more as a anchor like JACKZ is going to be. He's going to be anchoring the A bomb site, playing around this ticket is something that I noticed when I watched this game. JACKZ had some very good plays anchoring the A bomb site from ticket, so I want to see his kind of skills, what kind of tricks he has, and how well of a defensive anchor, like how much can we rely upon JACKZ because he is the smallest name, quote unquote. So, and that's because probably he's the least skilled, but he's someone there who always seems to be like I think he's known for his like good vibes. He's just a good person in the server. Doesn't like doesn't get tilted. Happy to play his role. I think he benefits from just being older. He's just inexperienced in terms of years in the game, but experience in terms of just years in general life. Like he's 27, 28, so he's a bit of a wiser person, you would assume, and that's what it comes across. A bit more of a happy-go-lucky kind of guy who just so happens to be on this very, very good team. And I think he gets along well with Nico. I'm sure Nico loves to have someone to bait for him. So yeah, let's just watch a bit of JACKZ, see how he's going to play. Obviously, I want to take a look at Aleksib and mONESY because the overall impressions of G2 is that they're a strong team. Really played well. This is in the final of the group against Ninjas in Pajamas. Goes into double overtime, which we will watch. So it might be a bit of a longer video, but that's just more time to watch JACKZ. Playing up close against the anti-force buy MP9 head armor, because you'll know they have upgraded pistols, P250s, Deagles, Tech 9s. So you want to keep get up close with your MP9 with your full armor. Just try and get a mow down, really. Pop some heads. Really like this this Mount Fuji skin too. I just bought it actually for myself like the other day. Actually yesterday. Very nice. I like it a lot. Unfortunately for JACKZ. Oh no, sorry. I just fast forwarded a kill. He got a kill on short. Yeah, but unfortunately for JACKZ, looks like the ninjas went B. Now he's on a 2v2 retake. Rotating in from short. He's got a kit now. It's planted for short. Just not a lot of time left. They really got to stick it. Really got to stick it now. And I remember that happening. Hampus gets the lineup. That's a round that kind of fell apart. Nothing to do with JACKZ really. He was playing up close with his SMG and they just lost the B site. He even got one rotating from short. Gonna play the Deagle now, up close. Playing up close. Just playing the default A player on Mirage is a very difficult spot, I reckon. I know lots of people like doing it. It's definitely an action site. You get to see a lot, but that's a lot of responsibility on your shoulders to at least get one or two on the A site attacks, because it makes those retakes pretty difficult if you don't. But that's what JACKZ, from my memory of watching this game, is that what JACKZ was always good for. He's always good for one, some smokes, some spamming through the smokes from ticket, from jumping up on ticket and picking off T's as they enter the site. I think he's playing it pretty well. He played it well. So, yeah. It's good to see. mONESY with the scout kill. Whoa. That crosshair wasn't far away there, but didn't get it off in time. mONESY, yeah, I really want to see. I want to see more before I make a video of mONESY. I want to see him go against some tougher opponents. He's only played. Who was there first? I can't remember. Who was their first matchup? I know that they only play ninjas who have got Fuzi as their AWPer. And I can't remember who else was in this group. Oh yeah. Was it? No, not MIBR. Big were in this group. And someone else. Anyway. Full eco round. JACKZ doesn't get any kills. Let's keep watching. Yeah. He's definitely got, like, clearly a skilled player, mONESY. You can just see with the way he plays. He really relies upon his skill, and generally it works out for him. He's got definitely got the capability to be a very good player. Just want to see him go up against some better teams, see how he handles different situations. But a lot to like from G2. And the Aleksib in-game leading, I I think it's just a breath of fresh air, really. It's really breathed sails into the G2 T sides, who sometimes just got a bit kind of stagnant and very defaulty, kind of just probing around the map, kind of like a Virtus Pro type game plan. And Aleksib, he doesn't do a lot of execute styles, but he does a lot of fast reactionary type mid-round calls. And yeah, it's definitely looking, when you've got a very skilled lineup, those are the types of... Okay, Hampus just comes lurking out the palace, and no chance for JACKZ. When you got a skilled lineup, like I was saying, putting those like Carrigan with the old phase, you just put your players in positions where they can use their superior skills. So if you got a superior skilled lineup, you really just want to level the playing field as much as possible, get into some powerful positions, and then just take the duels and win them most of the time, because you're just better. Another eco round though for JACKZ, and we're going to play it very similarly, just camping, default, pushing into A main, and they win on time. Sometimes they just don't come to your site, you don't see anyone, but you win the round somehow. It just gets kind of unfortunate timing. Esotag actually managed to creep forward to that Molotov, but didn't take any damage, so JACKZ was unprepared about how advanced. Like, he threw it kind of deep into the thing, and Esotag was already creeping up, so JACKZ really was just caught unawares when he just decides to come walking out there, and they all just, it seemed like that same thing happened across the map. They all just took their duels and they all won them at the same time. So this is actually a bit of a comeback. G2 managed to somehow bring it back to overtime and end up winning it, but it was looking very dire. So this is the moment when, like, this stage in the map is when I think JACKZ starts coming up with some big impact rounds on the CT defense, because at the moment, I'll press tab, he's going 9 and 19. Ooh, nice shot there. That's a nice shot. Picks up the AK. Deleted. Yeah. 10 and 20 now. Yeah. 18, 15. Comeback starts now. So you see that? JACKZ, he threw the Molotov, he threw the smoke, sorry. So the ramp is already Molotov, but he threw the smoke to try and cover the entire, like, fake that you were covering the entire area with smoke, but he threw it purposely to the edge, so it would make the extinguishing sound, but mONESY can still pick over it. And then we get one on the fadeaway. Very good hold there. Very good communication. Just good team play. I don't even know if that was commed. I think that was just a play by JACKZ. Like, just very in the moment. Baits them in with the smoke. So many times people try and, like, play around smokes and peek around gaps. It's very common in like Pro CS to try and like abuse a smoke, but I think people get sometimes they get too caught up in trying to use the smokes to your advantage. Sometimes they really work to your disadvantage, and you can kind of throw some rounds trying to peek around gaps and corners around the edges of smokes. So JACKZ with 1, but still a huge play in my book. Just the standard smoke now. Okay. Perfect crosshair, perfect anticipation for exactly what was about to happen there. Gets 2 ninjas running straight through smoke. And that's huge, really. Getting 2 straight up, like taking no damage for 2 kills. That really couldn't have worked out better for JACKZ. Oh well, I guess it could have. Technically, he could have got 3 or 4. Ninja's force by. Again. 2 playing this. So he drops the Molotov. He's gonna get 4. Oh, eco frags, but he was just kind of styling on them. They were trying to ignore him, but JACKZ, he was still fighting. Short player dead. JACKZ is going to take some map control on A. Bring it back to a 4v4. And you can see they body up. Nico kind of rotates around, but they really just they trust JACKZ here to just hold down the site. Can even retake in scenarios like this. So he's pushed Palace. In the meantime, T's are coming up. This would be a scenario where I would be calling just retake, 4v2 retake, let them plant. God, why can't I say anything? Oh, that's even better. Catch the bomb. Okay, yeah, that worked out really well. If you wanted to play that safe, if you didn't just catch an amazing timing, you can let them plant in that scenario. You're already at ramp, and then you got a 4v2 with the rest of your teammates coming in. That would be the safe way to play it. Use your numbers advantage. You have kits, you have utility. Again, they've gone B. JACKZ Doesn't have to do anything. 13, 15. Playing the ninjas, you really notice they've just slowed it down. I guess they're really... It's only 5 in a row, but you can really see them running out of ideas. Ninjas are supposed to be pretty good on Mirage, though, I would have thought. I thought that's one of their more favored maps. With the T side, it just looks very stagnant, just judging from the mini-map. But you got to be pretty happy as a G2 fan about how things are going. I think I'm going to make a video about Aleksib, just how good the yep, that's pretty nice timing. Popsy comes crouching around just as you're... He's just getting some good timings, good reads, good rotates. Feeling good. Team's got a lot of confidence. Can this team really be one of the best? I mean, of course they can be one of the best. Can they be the best? Is really the question, I wonder. Can they be the #1 team? Probably. Surely they've got the skill. Just not entirely, totally convinced just yet. I'll like to see a little bit more out of some of the players, but so far looking good. Aleksib, like I said, the calls, the decision making, the communication, just initially it's looking very decisive. I think I'm gonna make a video about Aleksib. mONESY, I'd like to see some more. Round 30. They brought it back all the way. These are the types where it sucks to lose 16-14 in these types of things when, like, it almost sucks more than if it was a really close game back and forth that you then lose 16-14 rather than you're down 15-8 or 15-9 or whatever it is, come back all the way and then lose 16-14. Those are the really tilting ones. Because they just need one, the ninjas. In the back of your mind, you're thinking, just one mistake, one fuck up, you know, happens all the time in rounds. Someone whiffs a spray or makes a step or is in the wrong position, gets timinged, and you just lose a round, silly. Some silly thing like that. You got no margin for error when you're down. But JACKZ, patient as ever, just gonna really be super disciplined, hold these angles. And he always seems to be ready, not falling asleep at the wheel. I'm really kind of liking what I'm seeing out of JACKZ. Just the discipline of his play. Because he could be perceived as the possible weak link, but I'm really glad that they kept him. Ooh, that's a crisp one shot. Knife him. Do it. Round 30. 15-15. It's overtime. So I hope they really persist with JACKZ and they because obviously unless one of the members is really underperforming, like really hits a slump of bad form, JACKZ is probably the next one to be kicked off this team if results don't go their way. They just, I don't know, who would they get for JACKZ? JACKZ, if they can somehow manage that, that would be really awesome. Just break the bank for the one of the top entry fraggers. Just got, you know, a top 3 piece in like every position. Have just the all-star lineup of a team with just all-stars. You, like you've already got the best rifler in Nico. Got one of the best anchor players in Hunter. Got a very good, promising upcoming AWPer, potentially top 3 AWPer. If it's simple Zywoo and like mONESY could be number 3, there's no other number 3 that I guess Shiro people would say would be the next one in that queue. But it's, in my opinion, it's up for grabs. mONESY can definitely take it from Shiro. See how well Gambit do. Do they drop off? Do they ramp back up to their early 2020 form, 2021 form? But for now, I'm happy with JACKZ. Let's keep JACKZ. JACKZ isn't the problem if this team even has a problem, but it's early days, honeymoon period of the lineup. Let's just remember why we got married in the first place. Guys, time to win a friggin' major for Nico. How about that? Could have definitely had one. Like, let's be real. Nico, you've had your opportunities. And yeah, you're awesome in the last major, but you didn't win it. So people will forget. Oh, Fuzi got him. Got the dink off. Ooh, nice try. 16-16. Playing sandwich again. Watching that palace. Nico goes for the info mid, but he just gets picked up by the AWPer. Hunter comes to take Nico's spot. They're going to double up on the A site with mONESY. Hunter roam in mid. Aleksib gets 2 on the defense. That's pretty nuts. JACKZ with the rotate. Let's go, JACKZ. 2v2 now. Oh, unlucky. He got that one tap previously on that same rotate with the AK, if you remember. But 17-16 ninjas, they get 2 on their T side. After losing how many ever they lost in a row, they get 2. Now we got JACKZ on the T side. Smoke window, smoke con. Okay, this is something a few teams are doing where they just phase through this top con smoke and kind of explode onto the A site. This is a nice take. This is, you know, that's pretty much an execute. And I was just saying how Aleksib doesn't call a lot of executes. But that was pretty nice. That was a pretty nice set play. And they get the site for free. Finally, the first bodies fall on the 5v5 retake. And that's a well-called round. We didn't see the most interesting kind of POV from Jack's point of view, but just how it kind of worked out, the overview. And that's what I'm really seeing out of Aleksib's calls. He's making a lot of kind of, they're kind of like, I mean, not all rounds go like that. That was seemed like a more execute type play rather than just a reaction to a call or piece of information from Aleksib. But there's, at least for now, there seems to be a lot of trust in the Aleksib calling, and they're really profiting from that call. Another good A take, A split, and it's into a 5v3. So it's really 2 well-called A splits back to back, and they needed to just to secure double overtime. But now they actually have a shot of winning the entire map right here, right now. Match point. JACKZ. Looks like we're getting something fast. B-rush. Hunter's dead mid. They've used 2 Molotovs in apps. JACKZ is going to throw his and run away. Oh no, they're going to commit. Looks like JACKZ thought that they were going to... Okay, now it's a 2v5. It's kind of over. JACKZ with the bomb in apps. That's pretty sharp headshot. But Hampus shoots him in the back, running away. Double overtime. Let's go, Jackie boy. Like, he's pretty sharp too on the aim and everything, so Yeah, my hope is this lineup kind of prevails for a while and they give it a real good go. JACKZ also coaching. I think that goes a bit unmentioned. I mean, I've been talking for I don't know how long now, and I'm just mentioning him now. But I think that's an important addition. I think he was a big part of Vitality's success in 2020. And yeah, I think it's a good pickup as coach. Yeah, just gets shot in the face throwing a nade. Not much you can do about that when you're Jax. Just unfortunate, really. Ooh, I remember that. I knew that was about to happen from watching the game. I don't even know why you go for the spam there with the AK. Like, the penetration's not that good. Even a headshot, you'd need like 2 or 3 to kill him there. So, I don't know if that's such a good idea. Whereas the AWP, if it's a headshot like that, it's a kill. And you're straight out of the round. See you next time. And if it's a tag, it's a good chunk of damage. It's like at least 50 HP. You would think through shooting through that. Ambitious, we'll call it for Jax. We'll call that very ambitious. Don't want to say a bad word about Jax. It's becoming my new favorite player on G2. But I've got to look at some Aleksib demos for sure. I've done a video on him when he was in OG, but now he's on G2 with a really good lineup. I want to see how good he can be. Again, they get 2 from their T side. Both overtimes on the T side, they get 2. Can they convert? Again, look at this. This is the same play. He smokes the corner of the molly, and mONESY's going to peek over it. We can even spectate. There's no one there this time, so JACKZ is just going to clear it. And there's a lot of map control for the CTs. Now they know a lot. They know it's not going to be an A execute. Nico should be able to cheat more towards B and mid. Or he can even go into connector. Palace isn't clear. But JACKZ is about to go clear it. Let's see how this works out for JACKZ. Pretty sure he just kills him. Just shoots him in the back of the head from memory. Now Palace is clear. CT's in a very good position. Nico gets 2. There's only 1 terrace left. And then they're going to have 2 chances to finish the map on overtime on the CT side of Mirage. So 2 shots of winning 1 round. where your each round's chance, I would say, is 60% at least. I guess, so what's the probability? I should be able to know, figure out the probability for success. If you have two 60% shots, what's your overall percentage to win? I don't know. At one stage in my life, I probably would have known how to calculate that. I'm sure I could just look it up. Just probability math. But anyway, the point I'm trying to communicate is that you got a very good chance. On a CT-sided map, you got two shots at it, tons of money, you got overtime so you can buy any gun you want. Put themselves in a very good position, and they've just all died one by one around the map. JACKZ doesn't see anything. And yeah, maybe not an action demo, not so much as compared to watching ROPS, my previous video, but quite enlightening. I liked to talk about JACKZ in that video. I wanted to really highlight my optimism in keeping JACKZ and just the G2 roster in general. And yeah, lots to look forward to in the future in this tournament and in 2022 Counter-Strike in general. So thank you guys for watching. I think this is like pretty close to a year of my channel being running, and I've got to be close to 100 videos too, so yeah, enjoying it so far. And subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. Let me know what kind of demos you'd like to see, but I've got some few ideas coming down the track, so yeah, stay tuned and I'll catch you guys in the next video.